Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to On Approach. This is episode 8.
63, climb maintain 13 down.
13,000, Tempo 63.
63, contact the New York Center 128.3.
28 just with 63, good day. Hello, Captain.
On Approach is a weekly flight sim and aviation enthusiast podcast covering the week's top user-submitted topics and news on the SkyLounge.tv. Welcoming our hosts from the top, we've got Mr. Keven. What's
Hello.
up, buddy? We've got Mr. Brian.
Hello, everybody.
Got Mr. Pear. Whoa, bro, do that again with your hand. It looked like you were holding up a fake hand for a second.
Yeah, it looked like
I don't know, something about the angle it came up on the camera was like weird. It was like it wasn't your hand. You were holding up a hand. Mr. Pear. No, Mr. Pear. He's not there. Mr. Mark.
Hello.
Hello. All right, let's dive right in. We've got a full show. Starting off, fresh news from the Aerosoft camp. This one submitted by me with 29 views. Wow. Jeez. 29 views, and it was posted in the last, hour or so. Aerosoft announces Connected Flight Deck, shared cockpit technology. Really cool stuff. Features not completed list, 100% free of charge, not to be used for any advertisement. Totally transparent connection, no need to any setting of parameters in firewall or router. Now that, I'm wondering how they're going to achieve. I mean, let's think about it, right? For those of us that own Forza Horizon, if Microsoft wasn't able to achieve that...
it's far-fetched.
Store your ongoing flight and pick it up from your own or another system later. Yes, we did think of flight in the cloud here. Oh, that's interesting. An optional voice channel using highly modern compression can be used for voice communication. That sounds like a dig at VATSIM. The weather, time, etc. will be sent from the captain system to all connected systems. Amazing sounding so far. They've got an observer mode as well, so that you could just kind of sit in and fly. Neat stuff. Any thoughts from you, Mr. Keven?
It seems to be more than just a shared cockpit thing. It seems like there's more to it. Like the flight in a cloud, they said it's a new concept. It's genius. The voice thing, I don't think it's to battle VATSIM in any way. I think it's more a fight against Discord and Skype and some other voice services. But I think it's a great thing to be able to speak to your co-pilot, in the cockpit. And the observer mode is very interesting. What I'd like to see with this is a big lobby where we could choose our flight and load in the sim someone else's flight and just be there for the ride.
Yeah, just
For
ride
the stream,
along.
it would be awesome, Edson.
Yeah, that would be really, really cool. Have people riding along. Definitely.
Proper first class seat.
Definitely.
But it's a good thing they are licensing it because that will allow many other aircraft developers to bake that into their aircraft. It's awesome news.
Mr. Brian, shared cockpit.
Yeah, that's a good way for learning the aircraft, I suppose. Cuts out that
Learning.
20-second delay when you try to teach somebody while you're streaming on Twitch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sparks,
I don't know enough
disable
about it.
auto throttle.
Yeah.
Now we can just do it for them.
So is this just going to be on like their Airbus and what have you, or is it for the full range of their aircraft?
Good question. So at the tail end of this, they mentioned licensing. This technology can be licensed. Just contact us. And then here's the nugget. In fact, there you go, Mr. Sparks. In fact, it has been licensed already. So they've basically built the technology that they're hoping other developers embrace and build right into their planes. That's cool stuff.
But I assume they will bake that into their aircraft, like the new version of the Airbus 320 series and the 330 will include that. That's for sure.
Yeah, the post was deep in the A330 topic.
That's very, very interesting.
Definitely what it's coming into. Mr. Pear, any thoughts?
Hello. Yes, looks cool. That's really something I would like to test out. And I wonder if they can make it, the perfect sync. How would they achieve that?
That's the mystery, right? Here, there's a user, Frederick Pedersen, that actually mentions no more lost connection issues, no more desync, no more hassle. If the finished thing is just half as good as the post above makes it sound like, then oh happy days. And I think that's what's key, right? Is like the sync, because precision and timing is everything, right? When you're flying a plane, and any delay can cause unexpected behaviors in the aircraft. But I would like to take a flight with you someday, Mr. Pear. This is exciting.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, moving on. Next topic. This one submitted by Mr. LiveSparks with 123 views. Hush Software World Terrain. We'll start off with you on this one, Mr. LiveSparks.
I saw that on the AvSim forums. There was one of the admins that created a forum section for them on the AvSim forum, and I caught that. And I was like, wow, nobody talks about this. And it seems to be a continuation of what already existed for ortho photos in FSX and P3D. Have not tried it. Don't know if anyone tried it yet, but it seems like the interface is really, really easy to use.
Simple. You can say the word simple. They use the word simple. Simple. They nailed simple.
Yeah, it does what it needs to do, and that's great. The only thing I'm wondering is the licensing things. Is this licensed by Google or whatever source to use the satellite images? Because they are actually charging for this, and there is a free version, unlicensed version, but from what I know, it's crazy expensive to license, and I don't think Google is actually letting people license like this amount and this type of use. So I'm wondering, is it something that people are going to pay and then they'll end up empty-handed in a few months when it's no longer working?
Right.
Or is it something that's totally legit? I don't know about that.
Looking at the video, it does kind of give you a sense of the detail, right? The detail is there. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, while it does contain more detail, it's also missing a lot of detail, if that makes any sense. It's like,
well, the auto
you don't have the auto gen, and it's just a little bit weird to be demoing what looks to be high resolution tiles down below, to be demoing it from so low. I think it would have done him a better job, to demo this from higher above. You mentioned the licensing, and one of the members over at the Sky Lounge mentioned seeing this stuff here on the terrain in this photo at the Hoover Dam. I think it's a funny comment by Mr. Strike Eagle. He says, "Did you see the preview pictures? The terrain surrounding the Hoover Dam is hyper realistic. They even got those alien crop circles spelling out unlicensed all over the place. I love it." So I went in and did a little more digging and found the picture, and I think that in all fairness, it actually is that's what you get, that the software superimposes when you have the unlicensed version of the software. That's not on the data, that's what they're overlaying.
Mm-hmm. It's a watermark.
A watermark, exactly,
Yeah. But it's not Google licensing or anything. And honestly, if they charge a one-time fee of $50, they're not getting into their money for licensing with Google. That's absolutely sure.
That doesn't buy you one satellite photograph.
Yeah, exactly.
And I can tell you that from experience. That doesn't buy you one single satellite shot. Mr. Brian?
No, I'm not interested in that sort of thing. rather stick to the commercial releases of software for my scenery.
Okay, fair enough. Mr. Pear?
Well, I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical because of the licensing. I'm also skeptical when I look at the imagery over. Looks very high resolution wise, and this is no. I don't think you download this onto your hard drive. This is like it streams. It streams it while you fly. Am I correct assuming that?
Yes, I think so. From what I read, yeah.
Yeah, and knowing that.
60 centimeters per pixel.
Yeah. How in the world would you that resolution? I'm skeptical. I'm really skeptical. Another thing is you also have to take into account that there is a lot of shitty ortho out there also, you know. So you can be flying over one area which is really good, and then you fly into the next area which looks like absolute shit. So yeah, it's new. It's new, and I'm skeptical. I need to see more on this.
There's not a lot of documentation on their website, but I think you need to check your data caps if you have some on your internet connection, because a 5-hour-long flight will cost you a lot of money.
Yeah, definitely. Mr. Mark?
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm not interested in this at all. I've got Ortho for X-Plane. I used it occasionally. Cloud-based, yeah, as Kevin said, yeah, the downloads are just going to be humongous. It's going to slow your rig down as it downloads stuff, so no, I'm going to avoid it like the plague.
Well, there you go, a mixed grab bag of opinions. So if you have any flight simulator software, be it FSX, FSX Acceleration, Steam Edition, P3D, V1, V2, V3, and a fast internet connection, go and check it out if you're interested.
Yeah, try the trial.
Yeah,
version
hit the
first.
trial first, definitely. It's always nice when they throw a trial in there, because
Yeah.
you kind of can't lose. Moving on, next
so you
story.
have a trial. That's
Yeah, you have a trial too, which is great. Next story submitted by me with 110 views. I teased Branding Iron about this one. Harrison Ford's plane lands on Taxiway at John Wayne. For those that don't know, there is a user in the lounge, a fellow patron. His name is Branding Iron. Hello, Branding Iron. And he searched and searched and searched for this livery for the longest time. He's a huge fan of Harrison Ford and Indiana Jones. And I teased him about landing on the Taxiway. So, Mr. Branding Iron, I'm sorry. But I don't know what the scoop is on this and whether or not they actually finally confirmed if it was him piloting the plane or it was just simply his plane. But we do know that it landed on the Taxiway. That's not the plane, by the way. that's his other
That's
one.
another incident.
Oh, it's
that
another
happened.
one. And then Sky Lounge patron Mr. T-Dub, L26 T-Double 26, posted this photo for reference of the airport. Kind of see where he came in. It looks like it was this Taxiway, I'm assuming.
On
'Cause
the
that's-
left, I feel. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
looking
very
at it,
interesting.
you could you know, because it's quite dark, that one. You could say that was a short runway. It looks kind of, you know, from a distance, it would look like a short runway.
Yeah.
It is a runway.
It is a runway.
It is.
That's what's weird. That's what I was saying. Like, I don't think that he landed here. I think that he
No.
landed here.
Yeah, it must
Right.
be there because the other side is the apron area.
Right. So when you think about it, if you were to flip this around, right? If you have a left and a right runway, and the left one is short and the right one is long, if you're approaching that's what you see from this side. If you're approaching from the other side, then it looks like the left one is short and the right one is long. Same thing.
If you force it, yes.
Yeah.
But even from altitude, it's not like
But they're
it
different
doesn't
colours.
even look like a runway.
No, they're totally different colours as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is a photo.
Yeah.
This is a
That's-
photo.
Obviously,
It's-
from the
it
pilot
might have been
seat-
dark. It might have been raining. It might have.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
It's
From
like
the pilot seat, it must have looked totally.
I look forward to seeing the crash scene investigation. Although it won't be on crash scene invest because you didn't crash, but I'd love to see the NTSB take on it. I'm sure they'll bring it up in some aviation program at some point.
yeah.
I
But-
saw something that the original article on the top saying if he was or not the pilot in command. I saw a line, but I didn't read it all the way.
We're not
I
sure.
want to have a look at there.
Yeah, not sure, but it, definitely that's a mind fuck right there. I mean, that can get you if you know. Yeah, I mean, you know, the left runway is the short one, the right one is the long one. If you're coming in the other way, it looks like the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Definitely possible.
If you land on an airport, you have the charts, and you surely you must have been looking at the charts.
The
and
charts.
You should know this. You
Yeah.
should know this shit. It's the captain's responsibility.
I say revoke his license.
Revoke the license, Mr. Ford.
Revoke the license.
Yeah, just stick to the Millennium Falcon for God's sake. He can't now, can he? He's dead.
Come do flight sim with us.
Oh, spoiler alert.
All right, moving on. Next topic. This one submitted by me. This one actually came through a private message as just I don't know, just something that I should look at. truSKY by Simul. Could this be the future of skies in our sim? This is pretty amazing. With 64-bit around the corner and a year of what is to be amazing advancement, could this be the future? Gosh, I hope so.
So do
It
I.
looks so nice.
This is incredible.
When we're used to billboards following the airplane, I guess anything looks better. But
The flat clouds, you just call them billboards.
Yeah. I would fly through those clouds. I would. Totally. I would spend days just at 10,000 feet flying through the
Oh,
clouds.
yeah.
All
This
day.
is the kind of shit you'd get lost in, for sure.
Yeah. I don't like the thunderstorm, the rain, the snow, but because I saw it, there are some parts, but that
Yeah,
shot
yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah.
I love the sun rays coming
Yeah.
through.
Oh, yeah.
The snow looks like shit, but oh well.
Looks better than we
That
got at the
haze.
moment.
Yeah, sure.
At the
Look at the
moment.
lighting and shading.
Those sun rays.
I really wish they embraced that technology.
Definitely.
I'm sick of the clouds that we have now.
Let's throw out the sprites once and for all.
Real volume.
Get Coca-Cola.
You get Coca-Cola. We need real volume. But I think this is, you know, and we're going to mention 64 a whole lot. I think this is kind of, it opens the possibilities, right? Like, I mean, this is what the world of gaming outside of flight sim is like. I mean, this is
There are some games, racing games, that already use technology. You know, racing games, they don't even fly into the clouds, but they still use that technology. It's quite
Right.
incredible.
yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
amazing.
but it's the same
very
cloud
exciting.
every corner.
Mhm.
Every time you go around the same corner, the same clouds there for 80 laps.
Yeah.
Really?
Move.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Moving on, next topic. This one submitted by Ma1975. Ultrawings VR. Interesting stuff, he says. Let's have a peek at this. This looks pretty awesome. Having just discovered the world of VR with the Vive, I think it's pretty amazing, and there's definitely potential for future there. Taking a look at this, you see that your hands are fully existent in this virtual world, and you can interact with things inside the plane as well. You know, this may look cartoonish now, but I mean, everything started at around this level, right? Imagine, you know, updated textures and then updated modeling and complexities. This is pretty amazing.
I want to know how the hands work. Is it the leap motion thing?
Gamepad.
No, it's not. A
No,
gamepad.
that's not.
It'd be
That's
leap
VR.
motion.
So it's got to be something that's registering fingers. If you look at the fingers,
so
they're
the-
completely organic movement of fingers. He can, yeah, I mean, he's doing grabbing and twisting. So it's every finger's independently registering there.
Yeah,
it's the
but
Rift controller. That's what it.
yeah. You have to use the Rift controllers.
Yeah, it's not like an Xbox controller. It's the Rift controller. It's like the HTC Vive has some controllers that you can use. Now the Rift has some as well now, and they have
good.
capacitive touch. They have all kinds of sensors on those.
I'm glad you can fire weapons from your ultralight.
His tech pack enabled, bro.
Tac pack enabled.
Edson wouldn't have the balloons though.
No, he wouldn't have the balloons.
Oh man, I need to give some backstory on that.
I love the simplistic look that they put in VR games like this one. It's not complex. It's very, very simple. Like 3D wise, any system can run it.
Well, they're all trying to get by the shitty displays that we still have in VR, right?
Yeah.
Like right now, those resolutions aren't there to give you what we see on a gauge, for example, but they're gonna be there one day. I mean, it's just a matter of time. It's all pretty amazing. So, the story about the balloons. We were doing the tour in Spain, and I found a great piece of scenery by Air España, and they had balloon markers, like hot air balloons, marking some of the harder to find airstrips as like part of the VFR pack. And everyone had them, and I found the software, I found the freeware, and everyone had the balloons, except me. For the entire tour, I had no balloons, and they teased and they teased and they teased about balloons. So yes, I would definitely be shooting balloons here in rage that I didn't have balloons. A fun VR story. This past weekend, we stopped by my work and had my son Tyler try out VR for the first time. There's a game called Plank where you walk into the elevator and there's elevator music, la 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 la. You go up and the elevator door opens, and now it's just the edge of the door on the top of a building and a wooden plank that goes out straight, right? So Tyler, you can walk out there. He's all excited, you know, walks out there, and he's like, "Can I step off the plank?" I was like, "Sure." And he's like, "Well, what's gonna happen?" I was like, "Well, you'll fall, but you won't fall because like you're here with us, you know, but you'll fall." And he took a jump. Well, he took a step. Next thing you know, he falls over a chair, falls to the ground in real life. He falls to the floor flat, and his arms and his legs are kicking like he's really falling, dude. It was amazing.
That's what VR is.
It was
It's
unbelievable.
amazing. It's amazing how your brain can trick.
Your brain completely tricks you. It's so hard to explain to people that like you're going to feel this even though you don't want to, even though you hear me, even I can have my hand on you. You're still going to feel like you just fell from my hand. It's unbelievable, and it's because your mind is going to adjust everything in preparation.
It's just going to go into survival mode.
Yeah, survival mode. Oh yeah, speaking of that too, we made him play the zombie one because he likes zombies. Tears were flowing from inside the headset.
No.
Tears were flowing. Tears. Dude. Tears were flowing from inside the headset. Oh man, it was unbelievable. So if you have a friend, if you have a chance to try out real VR, not the stupid like put your phone in a fucking cardboard box thing, go out and try it. Find someone that has it and try it. It's unbelievable. It's the future, man, for sure it is. So it's exciting to see things like this developing for like flight, because this is going to bridge the gap between what we have today and what's coming down the future.
Mm-hmm.
Cool stuff. Thank you, Mr. Ma, for submitting that. Moving on, next topic. This one submitted by Ivana Fly. Drzewiecki Design Washington X has been released. I purchased it right away and installed it, but did not do anything with it because I took my machine down to build a new machine. However, I'll pass the baton over to Mr. Sparks, who has flown it a few times, and then you can pass it to whoever you wish, sir.
I have flown it, and I was very impressed. I didn't configure it or anything. I just installed it and flew it. Did a stream as well, and people were saying, these textures look crap, and it was snowy. It was winter. It was real time. So it was just using the Orbex snow textures and snow scenery. So you didn't have the nice parks and stuff, but the scenery itself, the buildings, beautiful, all of them beautiful. Performance was excellent. I had no slowdown, no dropping frames. Really good scenery. Then I switched it to summertime. We got to see the parks and the White House lawn and stuff. It looked really nice. Flew the helicopter onto the White House. Went to see Mr. Trump and Mr. Pence in the White House, which is pretty cool. You can actually walk into the Oval Office if you're in avatar mode. I couldn't get into the terminal though. The terminal building itself, I was a bit disappointed that you're on the lower level if you're in avatar mode. There's no way you can actually walk around within that terminal building,
Gotcha.
which is a bit of a shame. You can see it from the outside and it looks really good, but yeah, very impressed with it. Very impressed. I'd like to do a test flying in with a heavy to see how the sim holds up actually flying into that area. I mean, literally, I just took off from Ronald Reagan and flew around the monuments and then flew back again. I haven't actually tested it
All right.
with
So
a full flight yet.
So having owned it, would you say this is a Sky 5 or is this Sky Shoot?
Oh, absolute Sky 5. Absolutely. Recommended.
Good
Yeah.
deal.
Okay, pass it on to Kevin, I think. Him down there.
It's definitely a region I would like to fly into. I don't know if I would go in the Oval Office, but still.
You didn't
it's
see what
nice.
I did.
You proposed to the First Lady. You
I got
proposed.
down on one knee.
You proposed to the First Lady.
The Washington area is an area with a lot of landscape and monuments. So it's very nice to have all the area modeled. And for that reason, I think it's a Sky 5 for me as well. It's another location to fly into. And by the way, I just posted on the Sky Lounge breaking news.
Oh, we got breaking news
about the Quality Wing 787. They published an update. Haven't read it, but
nice.
it's posted there.
Most definitely,
New
we'll
pictures,
check
videos,
that out.
and stuff. Yeah, but I like Washington. It looks nice. It looks well made. Very nice.
Excelente. Who's next?
All right.
Mr. B, do you have it?
No, I don't
Not
have
yet.
it yet, but I am going to get it. What did surprise me, I did watch Sparky's stream. It's not just the city, but it's an airport as well, and a number of airports. And to me, that's a lot of stuff for the money. So, absolutely Sky 5. The performance did look good on Sparky's machine. I was a wee bit disappointed with some of the ground textures, but I mean, there's such a large coverage area. What do you expect,
Definitely.
So, yeah, I will definitely be getting this one.
Mr. Pear, what do you think?
Oh yeah, this is a must buy for me too, and I have a lot of sceneries I have bought from Drzewiecki Design, and you get a lot for your money, and it's very, very well made sceneries. They must have been putting a lot of work into this. These big scenery packs they are making. And another thing worth mentioning when it comes to Drzewiecki Design is that when they release something for FSX P3D, they will also port it over and release it for X-Plane,
That's cool.
which
that's
is
good.
very nice
That's real
for me.
cool.
So this is one of my favorite developers, actually. So yeah, absolutely a Sky 5.
Awesome. So I'll throw in my 2 cents as well. So I grew up here, the Washington D.C. area. The mall is where all the museums are. That strip of the museums. The mall was my playground. That was my summer camp. The years that I was unable to go to summer camp, my dad would take me to work with him in the city, and he would drop me off at like the National Air and Space Museum, and then pick me up on his way out. So like we had a time, right? I'd drop you off, but I'm gonna pick you up at the door at this time. So it was kind of my own self summer camp. So I've walked up and down this place. It was unreal to see Sparky flying around, and I could identify every single building on the mall. Every single one. They were all there, all in detail. You know, the National Air and Space Museum, the Smithsonian Museum, you know, all the monuments are there. And I've always been excited about this area, but at the same time a little bit disappointed because of the options we had before. There is a scenery pack for this airport already by Imagine Sim. Am I right? Imagine Sim.
Yes.
It is great, and it probably held us over well. But it's not on the level of this. And this is what's considered to Drzewiecki Design. It's considered a light airport pack. You know, they went a little bit more detailed with it, but they still consider this light. This is unbelievably detailed compared to the other available option right now. The
Right,
night
Mr.
lighting.
Edson,
Yep.
can I throw a challenge out to you?
Yes.
We're going to jump in the Airbuses one day and we're going to do the Potomac approach.
The Airbus. I don't. Yes. How about we do it in? How about we do it in Boeings?
Yeah, we can do it, Boeings.
I
The
feel like
river
Easy in the
approach.
Boeing.
Yeah,
You
the
have to do it
river-
in the Airbus.
I feel like you need more manual control than the Airbus gives you. It's a very, very hard turn. Mr. Pear is very good at that approach. He's done it many times.
Yeah, it's quite challenging.
It's a challenging one. Yeah, definitely. I'll take you up on that, Sparky. We'll do some fun stuff. I mean, this view is this is incredible. I wish that I could fly my current hometown like this. It's amazing, and I am excited to jump into my sim and fire it up and fly around here. It's a hands down Sky 5 for me as well. So run out and buy it. It's available at Sim Market, 28 euros. Don't know what that is in your world, but you'll figure it out. This is a must for your arsenal.
It was about £23.
About 23 pounds, not bad. Cool. Moving on, this one submitted by me. FS2 Crew teases us with PMDG 747 packaging. So this is, I think, part of what I'm waiting for the 747. I want the plane. I really do want that plane. So I'm really excited to see this coming. Yeah, definitely. Passing it on to Mr. Sparks.
Now, I have loads of FS2 Crew packages. I've got one for the Airbus, I've got one for the 737 and the 777. I don't think you need this for the Queen of the Skies 2. I literally installed the Queen of the Skies and I flew it without reading a word of the manual. I flew it from Memphis to Denver without a hitch, perfect landing, the whole works. FS2 Crew is gonna give you that bit more of immersion with the crew talking back to you and stuff, but I don't actually think you need it. I found the Queen of the Skies easier to fly than the 777.
Oh, and they say the 777 is easier to fly than the 737. So
Yes.
That's
But
interesting.
you need to override that by Sparky's actually flown the 747 many times in its previous incarnation.
That
So
is
he's
true.
He is familiar with both Boeing and that aircraft.
Mhm.
So for people coming from Airbus to Boeing, I think FS2 Crew does lighten the step into the Boeing.
Now,
I'm not knocking the product. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking the product. I think it is going to add that immersion effect. I'm just saying I don't actually think you need it to fly.
To
the
fly.
plane.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I jumped in it and flew from Doncaster to Glasgow without even opening the manual. You know, so yeah.
And there are multiple versions of the FS2 Crew stuff, right? They're like a button version and a voice version. Is that right?
Yeah, they do. And they normally have an emergency version as well, where it'll throw in a systems failure,
Wow.
which is always a bit of fun.
Yeah. I have those. I have those without software.
I have my opinion on this one before you close it.
Yeah, go for it.
Open the picture on the Facebook thing. All right, I have many things. First, what's up with a box art in 2017?
Oh, I know. It is. I know that made me
hell's
smile. Yeah.
Second, why is the FS2 Crew at the top, not the logo? 3, the picture. I could have taken a lot bigger and better image for that box. 3, the official PMDG endorsement is required to make a product for PMDG products. So
I didn't know we were tearing apart art. I would have definitely dove in on the same level. Yes, it's very.
all
It's
I need to say on
it's
this.
it's
Honestly,
pretty
okay.
bad art.
Personally, on my personal channel, I taken a contract from FS2 Crew a few years ago to do an official promotional video. So I know some of their products. I've tried them. I made promotional videos about them. But the box art, man, come on. Grow up.
Yeah. I mirror those sentiments. I do.
That's all I had to say. The product probably is very, very good, though.
Yeah. Right on, man. Moving on. Last story. No, we're gonna have one more. We're gonna have our breaking news story here. JustSim announces. Please, somebody else pronounce this.
Dusseldorf.
Dusseldorf, Germany.
Dusseldorf.
This one's submitted by Vanafly. Let's check this out. So we don't really have any screenshots yet, I don't think, on this. I think it's just this image, but we'll take a look at the source here just to see. Now that looks like that's the latest and greatest. So we just have that one teaser.
You can zoom in all you want.
You can zoom in all you want. Exactly. Looking at, are any of you familiar with this region?
I've seen that airport code thousands of times.
I've flown into Dusseldorf.
I never flew there.
Let's have a peek at
Aerosoft has Dusseldorf.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, I think so. I think I have it in X-Plane, actually. Yeah.
Where
It's a
is
very
that?
nice looking airport in a very nice area as well.
I didn't
It's right
know
next
that.
to
I didn't know
Bonn,
that.
Next to Mönchengladbach.
So here's location-wise. Actually, that's really that's a nice spot.
Yeah.
From London to there would be a nice little hop, short hop.
That's about
Frankfurt.
an hour and a half in a Boeing.
In a Boeing, yeah. You've got Denmark. You've got Norway. That'd be a nice hop to Norway as well.
Very accessible.
That is a good airport. Definitely one
There's
I'm going to keep
Frankfurt
my
right
eye
next
on.
to it. That's
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah, Frankfurt's right there, so you can do some charter type.
Rotterdam, Brussels. Yeah, it's close to. Well, it's Europe, so
Yep.
I guess everything's close together.
Into Switzerland, out to Spain, out to Italy. Yeah, nice spot. So definitely one to keep an eye on. JustSim, thank you for that. So we do have.
If you're into your Lufthansa, that's the one to get.
Yeah, exactly. Submitted by Mr. Lars Sparks 13 minutes ago. The
Yeah, the
Quality
article was like
Wings
30 minutes ago.
787. Looks like there's an update on the Dreamliner.
There's not a lot on it, to be honest. I've read through it.
Let's see. It's not visible.
Congratulations on your blocking thing on
Yeah,
Facebook.
it's not
blocking
visible.
the
It's not
content.
visible to me right now. Double check the source.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. It's loading
Yeah?
on my end.
Okay, good. Well, yeah, looks like there's an update. What's the update, Mr. Lastbars?
Well, they're talking about the development process of the 787 and the fact that they're deep into beta, and they're clearing up some questions people had about the pricing, the multiplayer, the included models, the FSX P3D release, and people are looking for beta testers and stuff. They posted a video of the systems as well, so you guys might want to see that. Some more pictures of the throttle. It's really, really beautiful. They posted one picture and one video. It's pretty good.
They're going to be releasing
They
it for-
posted a note.
Yeah, it's a note. Look at that picture, dude.
Oh,
This
this
is
is whoa.
This is really sexy.
Yeah, doesn't look nice.
They have like
That's
the on the teeth here. They have the like almost grind marks on it. Oh, this is clean.
Absolutely gorgeous. I'm already in love with that airplane. It looks so amazing.
Wow.
They're going to release it for FSX first,
Yeah.
and then P3D.
Is that
It's
right?
gonna be probably like
I don't know if
FS5
F-
did.
With the time they're taking to do it, I don't know if FSX will still be around.
Why would they bother? You would think that they just start. You wonder when all the developers are just gonna start saying P3D first and then FSX.
Yeah.
You might as
It's like
well
the
at this
web, right?
stage.
It's like the web. Some people start developing mobile apps website before the desktop version. It's like
Yeah,
mobile
definitely.
first. But I think that's one of the last airplane we'll see developed for FSX with the coming platforms, emerging platforms. I think that's one of the last we'll see.
Yeah. and Speaking of which, that's gonna take us into our worth mentioning segment. Topping that off, this one submitted by Mr. Noodle. The P3D V4 rumor mill has been kicked into overdrive with some talks of a new lighting engine and other miscellaneous things as well. So really exciting, but we're not going to go into too much detail as we continue to get things regarding 64-bit P3D. You can find it everywhere, all over the place. But it's coming. It's coming.
It has to be.
It has to be, exactly. Also submitted by Mr. Weejon J. VAS and NVIDIA updates as of late. He confirms what I discussed in last week's story regarding the NVIDIA drivers. It's going to vary for everyone. Please, please, please don't take our word for it, but I can tell you that I saw better performance. Mr. Weejon's reporting better performance. Other people on the net are reporting better performance with the latest drivers. I
Talking
know
about
that-
gas performance there, right?
Sorry?
It's important to note. It's important to note that that is actually a latest hotfix which came out 2 days ago. It's not the one you installed last week.
Yeah, but they've been fixing them. The past week and a half of drivers from NVIDIA have been like golden nuggets for our stuff. Like whatever
more
they've
VAS.
been doing is unbelievable.
VAS related than performance related, right?
On this
No,
one,
it's
on the
performance
flight,
as well. Performance
this
as well.
one.
Yeah.
on the Flight Sim Labs forum, which they're tracking VAS carefully, they are saying they're still seeing VAS issues with the latest hotfix, worse than the previous drivers.
Yeah, it's gonna vary with everyone. I'm seeing lower VAS usage now than ever before, and my sim is it's milky smooth, like it's liquidy. So, it's going to vary with everyone's setup.
But
But
5.2, I guess.
it's worth
smooth.
checking out. It's worth checking out.
Yeah.
Yeah, with 5.3 gigahertz. Whoa,
Yes,
Black
yes.
Betty, bam a lamb. This one submitted by Mr. Frost. He has released his KMKT Mankato, Minnesota scenery. It's in the download section at theskylounge.tv. Head over and check that out. Really, really nice little airstrip. Submitted by Mr. Spark Smudge. We've got Billund X released. Highly detailed scenery of Billund Airport in Denmark. And I think that Mr. B was telling me earlier that this one is actually an updated version. Is that right, Mr. B? Was that you?
No, that wasn't me.
Mr. Pear? Mr. Pear.
Yeah,
It was Mr.
yes, it was me. It was me. Yeah, yeah. I have been looking at that, the new one. It looks really good.
Yeah,
Looks
because
really
they had
good.
released a prior one, right? Like an original release of it, and then this is X. Gotcha.
Yeah, but it's not from the same company.
Oh, it's
So
not.
this-
So this
no,
is a
I
new.
checked it out.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, this one submitted by Ivanafly, posted by JustFlight. The Hunter F6 has been released, so if you're into the military stuff, head over and check that out.
Very surprised that Rob Skip didn't post that one.
I know. He got beat to the punch there. We've also got a couple other updates. Active Sky 2016 received a hot fix midweek. Updating that resulted in no negative issues for me, but mileage may vary. Orbex Sumberg updated. That one posted by Mr. B. Crawley 57.
How did you pronounce that? Sumberg.
Sumberg.
Sumbra.
Sumbara.
Sumbara. Sumbara.
Fucking Sumberg.
Sumbara. This one posted by me midweek. FS Passengers is updated for the current build of P3D. Finally.
That usually happens just before P3D do an update and break it again.
I have to say, I have to put this out into the universe. I do. I like FS Passengers. I dislike that it's constantly the only reason I'm receiving errors in my sim after every single update that P3D does. And I dislike it so much that I want to uninstall it because of that. Because they're so slow to update, it makes me just want to uninstall it so I never have to look at their stupid error again. But I like the piece of software. So please, guy, get on the bandwagon. Developer group, whatever you got to sign up for, get in on it. Betas, get in on it. Take a day off work to get ahead of it. Just please, just faster than like a 2-week wait, please. And last but not least, this one submitted by me. The special interest channels are now open to the public on the Discord. So you're going to want to head over to the Discord channel, if I can click the link correctly. We've got all sorts of topics now open to everyone. We've got the automotive channel, the gaming channel, music channel, nerdology, the Sky Kitchen, and more. So head over to the Discord. What, tech support?
No, after tech support.
No, the last one is for patrons only.
There's no last one. There is no last one.
Yeah, it's true. Like Area 51, it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. That's going to wrap it up for tonight, folks. Hope you had a good time, and thank you so much for joining us once again. A special thanks to our hosts, Mr. Keven.
You nearly forgot my name there.
I did nearly forget your name. Mr. Brian.
Good night. See y'all.
Good night, sir.
Fake
Mr.
hand.
Pear.
Again.
Fake hand. Mr. Pear, thank you, sir.
Yeah, Space 5. Space 5.
Space 5. Oh, my gosh. And Mr. Sparky. Thank you so much,
Sky
sir.
5.
Sky 5, everyone. Have a great one, and we will catch you next time right here on Approach.
63, climb maintain 13 down.
13,000, Tempo 63.
463, contact the New York Center 128.3.
28 for 8, just with 63, good day.